misogyny. Using all my inner strength, suppressing the anxiety. I'm about to have a panic attack. It's a rhyme and the mechanic of rap. You slave-minded, here's your manacles back. I'm lean muscle, you just animal fat. My team hustle, this is actual fact. No hypothesis, try stopping us, trying to figure that high.
What's good? It's Tristan Ty, a.k.a. Ikuro Kwon. You're watching Urban Wrestling Network. Hail, Contra!
What's really hood, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Dandada, the Talk New York Chef. I'm here with none other than Macho. Macho, before we introduce this young man, what's really good, baby?
Oh, you know, man, we're doing it. We're kicking it wide when one goes to the next, brother. That's it. You know, that's all how we do.
And I'm going to let you introduce him because you was the one who put me onto him first. So please introduce this man right here because I'm stupid hyped.
Dude, I've been following this cat for a minute. Y'all might know him from his work at MLW, Ikuro Kwon. And man, he's the assassin of the none other than Hail Contra himself, Tristan Ty. What's good, brother?
What's good, guys? How you doing, man? Thank you for having me, man. This is nice. It's cool that you guys reached out just because, you know, it's been, I came in, no one really knowing who I was, and then I left for over a year and a half. So you come in unknown, you leave unknown, and then when you're starting to come back, people are hitting you up to talk to you. It's kind of crazy. So you must have done something right. You know?
Much respect, brother, man.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, like I'm about maybe 2 years into watching MLW, like real serious. Macho hits me up. He's like, yo, you seen this week? I'm like, nah, I haven't checked it yet. He's like, yo, watch Son come in, and I'm telling you, he looks like if he's on the block, like he's ready to just thug somebody out. So I instantly like, yo, all right, I got to watch this. And the way you come out, and I'm going to use the word allegedly to not get anybody in trouble. But you know when you're about to go thug somebody out around the block and you got that beef and you walk in like, you know, I'm about to put the work on you. When you walked out like that, I was like, yo, my man must be from New York because he's coming in ready to wreck shop.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, I'm never like, if anyone gets hit by me, you never have to give me the why'd you hit me face. You know. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how you take that, you control it, and then you monopolize that, you know. So it's good, man. It's good.
Macho, start off with your questions, brother.
Yeah, man. So obviously it's been a minute. You've been doing the thing. However you want to fill people in or not, that's your business. I ain't gonna press you for it. You know that. However, you know, it looks like you're getting ready to come back and find form, you know, getting ready to lay some heat on people and remind people exactly who you are and how you do. So my question to you is, you ready? You ready to drop this and remind people exactly who you is and put your name in their mouth?
Yeah, bro. You know, it's one of those, I'm starting from a whole kind of different perspective, right? So like I look at it like I'm the only Asian American wrestler in the world that could speak how I speak. In terms of like not even want to say that I force conviction, but like no one is looking like me coming at this business the way that I'm coming at it. In terms of just viewpoint, think about 20 years after, you know, that type of energy where like I understand where I am, like the opportunity of being where I am and the platform that I'm at, but I'm humbly not surprised by where I'm at.
Yeah,
now
put in that work.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even cocky. It's just I didn't know about the first independent show that I attended was the first one I was on.
Wow.
Like, I didn't know independence. I knew WWE, I knew Sting, and I knew Sick Nick Mondo off the roof. I didn't know anything. I just was just, you know what I'm saying? You're just chilling with the boys. They got on Raw. You see Kane Chokeslam, you see these people. It's like, oh, this is dope. You see Stone Cold, you see these people, and you're like, this is amazing. And then I'm 8 years old, and John Cena pops on TV, and I'm like, he's rapping, looking jacked, and he's you know what I'm saying? Like it was, I checked all the boxes of what I need to look at, you know. So I thought that was it, you know. So to me, like anything other than that was not the level that you wanted to be on. And then as you get into it, you have so much more respect for these people that are coming up in independence. Like they're the best workers in the world. And I mean, a lot of genuine people too. So, you know, you pick it up on that. But in terms of like the vision of like television, big names, big matches, moments that matter, like that was the only option.
Right.
So my thing is, I know you're from Brooklyn, New York. And
no, I'm not from Brooklyn. I'm not
Oh,
from
okay,
Brooklyn.
I thought you from Brooklyn.
I was making that joke at the signing because they didn't know. They thought I was gonna. They were speaking to me kind of slow.
So
Like,
hold
they were
up.
kind of being kind of like actually a funny story. One of the other shows we did an independent show, and Sumi, you know
Okay.
Sumi, right?
Yep.
Right. So she was saying hi to everybody. She came up to me and she did a little bow, and I was in my head, I bowed back respectfully, but in my head I was like, that's still the narrative that people are
Yeah,
gonna put on. I'm a second degree black belt. I'm not gonna not do my martial arts. Like, I'm very disciplined, but they don't know that I have a whole other element that you could bring to the table. Now I can communicate in a whole different way, and you got the face to market off of, and now you have a whole different aspect around it. So, like, business wise, like, it just makes sense. Now the Contra thing, now incredible opportunity, but I'm hoping through just being me that they see that I don't have to be boxed in.
Yeah.
Because then it's forced. You have mad white people putting mad like Japanese lettering on their gear and shit, and it's cool as fuck, but you put it on, but you typecast an Asian person doing it, and you're supposed to, right? It looks like you're supposed to, but if that's not how I live. I'm adopted too, so like all boxes, I don't fit in those areas. I don't grow up around any Asian people. Like, I didn't have like a lot of Asian friends growing up, but now you have a platform where you have somebody on the East Coast the only one that looks like me on every card. Don't put me in that box, because I'm not that, and you can't put me there, type of thing. So I guess the New York, like you're saying, it protects your integrity of what your goals are at all times. Just being where we're from, having to be able to talk fast, think fast, it helps you with it.
I'm so glad you said that, because I hate if you're Russian, they want you to act like Ivan Drago. If you're Indian, they want you to be like some kind of Bollywood. But like, why can't talents just be them? That's my biggest beef with this industry. If they feel that, well, this is what you are, then this is how you have to be. And it's like calm down with that, because I'm so much more this. But what borough are you from is what I'm curious.
No, it's funny, Long Island.
Get the hell out of here.
Even more so, just spending time over. I still got people over. I have people in the borough, I have people in Brooklyn, people in Queens and whatnot. But I went to school in Long Island. All my homies are from Long Island. Like, a lot of them grew up in the city and came here and all that stuff. But
are you south? Are you like are you towards the? My wife is from Bellport, Long Island, so that's deep.
Oh no, like the sticks, that's like Alabama, Long Island. Like, no, we're not from there. No, we're from. I'm from Nassau. I'm
okay,
like
so you're borderline Queens, Nassau.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, borderline Queens.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, you pointed out something that I don't think many people get, and that's like, when New York gets under your skin. You're born and raised in New York, so we can be real respectful and real understanding of the situation, or we can get in it with people if they come incorrect. And Chef and I have had these conversations a bunch of times. We know the deal, so we get that. One of the things I'm really curious about ultimately is where you want to see yourself in like the next year or so. Like, what is your short-term plan? Like, getting back in it, feeling healthy, being good, getting back in your groove and your swing. Are you going to take a shot at a belt? Are you going to just want to put on some banger matches? Like, what is it you really want to do?
You're greedy for this question.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, so personally, like, again, it's continuously changing the narrative of what my character is, what Contra is, what MLW is. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can look at, I want to go to MLW so I could go to AEW, NXT. Like, if we change the narrative, the MLW is not a stepping stone. That's the platform. That's my goal. You know what I'm saying? The texture is only going to remain the same the longer we say it. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
yeah, I mean, they just they announced a TV deal recently, so I mean, like, that's huge, dude.
And they've been on TV, and you got to look at the talent and look even behind the scenes. These are people who have worked at the dance. You know what I'm saying? And then they made their own. So it's like, people are talking like it's not upstairs. Yeah, sure, we might not be doing rooftop numbers, you know what I'm saying, or like rooftop money and a lot of different aspects, but we're upstairs. Like, people are waiting around line just to try to peek inside and see what's going on. Like, only the elite you're not coming up there because people feel bad for you. You're not coming up there because you know somebody. You're coming up there because they let you in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's like the crowds. The crowds are hype. When you guys was popping before COVID, like, the crowds was just popping and just like excited to be there. And it's so hard to just get that kind of like genuine excitement out of something, and you guys really pulled that out of fans. So like that's fun to watch.
You know
yeah,
what?
they're different type of fans too, bro. My bad to cut you off. No, they're different type of fans. Like you go to an other independent show and they're like very smart crowds in terms of like, oh, he might have botched there, or like, oh, that was a good use of heat right there. Like so they're trying to dissect and what maybe they did wrestling school once or twice. Like who knows, right? But the MLW crowd, like they're like all in, like how I used to hear about how crowds were, like that's how they are. We were in Texas, they hated us because they were supposed to. They didn't like us because we're the bad guys. Why would we? You know what I'm saying? It was just very genuine, like storybook reaction, timing, and all that. So being exposed to that was just super crazy. You know, yeah. So it was good experiences, man, all around, and good people.
So
Jeff, you got a couple of questions.
Yeah, no, listen, I enjoy this because he feels like he's home. You know what I mean? Like talking to him, I feel like I'm talking to somebody I mess with on the block and all that. So I just enjoy this. But when you said, and I keep telling people is exactly what you said, all these people that want to go somewhere, get seen, and go somewhere else, I keep telling people, if you want the company that you're in to get to a certain level, you got to make your show that thing. You got to make it. I want my Mania moment, but I want my MLW moment. The next kid that comes up has to say that about MLW, and you 100% positive right. Now, being from where you're from, where did you train? Did you train? Because I'm curious because I only know one school in Long Island, and I think it's the NY.
NYWC.
Yeah, that's where you trained?
No. That's actually that's where I made my first like debut type thing. I made a run in for my trainer, but
okay.
But full circle, that's where I got injured too.
Oh wow.
Funny enough, good place though, good guys over there. No, but I trained for FTW, Fight the World Wrestling. My trainer Kona Capuccia, he's an independent wrestler. He's actually starting to make a resurgence right away. He's having a match in March. I'm gonna pop out for that. But yeah, man, that was someone who and then the other school is Creative Pro. That's over there.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was one of those where I looked at Creative Pro and I saw how they worked, and it was obviously impressive, but it was almost like, you know, dodgeball. It's like there was Global Gym and there was Average Joe's, but like I like the Rusty Weight feel. I kind of like that. Like even though I knew obviously like not even want to say shortcut wise, but I guess like expansion of knowledge wise, having, you know, Brian Myers and having the, you know, Zack Ryder come down, all his boys come down, and like, you know, you want to hear what they got to say, right? You got, you know, MJF's over there. You got people who are guys over there, but at the same time, it's like, you know, the ropes are the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Like knowledge is knowledge, and exposure doesn't always you know, dictate leadership and whatnot. So like, and also the type of people you're going to be around. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a class of 30. You know, I might need a class of 5. And there was a time, it was about like a 4 or 5 month period where I was the only student. It was just me and him. And we did it in an MMA dojo. So it was just positivity and just work all around. Everywhere you look, people were beating the shit out of each other, beating the shit out of a bag. They looked over here, they heard us slamming, they heard us crying, they saw us bleeding. So it was just like, just, you know, continuous work. And then it was just a comfortable environment where like I felt like I sped up a lot of the training process just because it was that one-on-one type of thing. So, and the investment kind of started from there.
If you had to pick one person that inspired you, and I know you kind of said Sting, but was Sting that person that when you were a kid, you were like, that's what I'm going to be when I get older? What made you want to get into wrestling?
Oh, damn. So like basically Sting was just the face that I always walked by in Blockbuster when I was with my mom. And I'm just walking down looking at random movies, and it was like, sounds like, what the fuck movie is that? Like, I never knew. And then one day, I turned on the TV. It was like a family party. You know, it's mad whack. I don't want to be with my family. I want to go watch TV. I can't find the remote. So I just, you know, press the button and shit. I'm looking at it, and SmackDown's on. And when it was on UPN, that's when I was looking at it. And John Cena is just ripping apart these guys. He's got the throwback jersey. I think I was probably wearing a jersey at the time. And I was like, he's rapping, right? And I was like, why is he rapping? And why is there a crowd there? And why is there other people there? Where is he at? What kind of stage is that? Why is there big ass like fist up top? Like what's going on? And then like who's talking in the background over him rapping? Like what's going on? And then he ran in there and picked them all up. I was like, you know, so I guess John Cena and that way, but it was one of those things like, you know, like you're 70 years old. So I didn't know it was in another room. I kept going to that room to watch and press that channel, just hoping it was there. You know what I mean? And then one day my mom saw me. She was like, that's wrestling, right? I was like, shit, I don't want you doing that. And I was like, you don't want me doing it? Because now I'm not going to do it. So it's it's one of those things. And that was it ever since then. But then you fell in love with, and then Eddie Guerrero came into my life in terms of just looking at like, how, and then like and then now like with all this knowledge, like, oh no, he captured me. That's why I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a dope brain buster when I was 8. I knew that he captured me into what he was doing. Now, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it stayed that way. So like, him, Kurt Angle, that type of thing. But it's, and then obviously your taste changes as you grow older, but I was just team WWE. I didn't know anything else.
That's what's up. I mean, you can't go wrong on that list. Those are all legends. Like,
yeah, we was talking. We was kicking it back, talking about John Cena and going back to his heel roots for a minute. It's like my one.
No, hold up! Don't lie. You were trashing Cena, and I was telling you don't do that. And
No,
you got the
I said
inspired by spinning Cena.
No. I said I wanted him to come back to Thugonomics and Chain Gang, and he never came back.
Never. Kwon is on here. Don't do that.
I got the receipt. I said he never came back. He left me behind. I never got my heel return, and I was sad about it. It made me feel some kind of way. But no, Cena put in the work. Absolutely. A lot of these wrestlers put in their work. I also said he's absolutely a Hall of Famer. Like, there's no doubt. Everybody knows he put that work in. You know what? He's synonymous.
Mach, can I cut you off real quick?
Cut away. Chop.
All right. And I'm glad he's on here. We were thinking about doing a show that we want to talk about our favorite top 10 belts and our favorite, like our least favorite. If you had to pick one title that goes around your waist, what title would it be?
Damn. I mean, see, there's different reasons, right? For what that is, like, because of the people that I like growing up. Like, they're the world champs now, but they were the U.S. champ when I was watching, because I was a SmackDown dude. So it was like the U.S. title was crazy. And that spinner belt, when that came out, bro, I was 9. I was looking at, I was like, the U.S. spinner belt, though. I was like, no way. Yeah, no, that belt, that belt for that time, it doesn't make sense now, but I mean, like, that would be a belt. And then the WWE belt that Eddie won, that belt was hard. And I learned, one of the dudes that did one of my tattoos, he used to work for WWE. He designed that belt.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he designed that belt. I think he said he did Lesnar's back or some shit too. Like, he's dope as hell. And then when Warrior died, he did like free Warrior mask tattoos. He's Tattoos by Keith. That's a free plug. He's dope. I don't know where he's at now, but he's
That's
dope.
what's up. For some reason, I would put the $1 million belt on you. I'm ignorant like that. I think that's the dopest belt ever. But my fault, Mox.
Nah. We know you bougie, bro. It's cool.
Listen,
the Smoke and Skull belt for me, that's iconic. That thing is wicked looking as hell, dude. It was great when it happened.
And I missed that. I was like 2 years old. I missed that shit live, man.
See, now you're showing your age. So listen, as of right now, we got Lio Rush as the middleweight champ. I'm not even going to stunt. I love his work. I'm not a fan, Macho Wiz, and I keep saying I want you to beat the shit out of him and take the belt from him.
Leo can go in the ring, dude.
Hold up. We're not talking to Leo. We're talking
I understand. I'm just saying this. Kwon got the skill set to put a hurt on him. I know this. I've seen his work. All right. It would be a burner of a match. If it happens, I'm Team Contra all the way. So that's easy.
That's the belt that I keep saying needs to be around this man right here. And I don't care who wants to have a problem with it. This man should be the middleweight champ. And if there was one, if you had to go for the tag belts or middleweight, because right now Jacob Fatu is holding the heavyweight, which belt in MLW would be the one you want to target?
I mean, that middleweight belt's looking nice. You know what I mean? In terms of establishing. But if I'm gonna be like cocky for it, that national open weight with Hammerstone's name on. You know what I mean? Because I don't, to be typecasted in, again, another middleweight, right? So, national open weight, he's a big boy. You know what I mean? Like, we've gotten out to. I'm like, bro, it's like, you're too big. Like, you won. Like, you won. Like, you won at gym. Like, you won. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to go there. Like, but yeah, that's something too, where like, when you beat someone your size or smaller, it's expected. But when someone's bigger than you and you knock them out, it's respected. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have fights that are expected. I want respected fights.
That's that low key level shit right there.
But
like,
not that Leo Rush wouldn't be a legitimate fight. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like we're the same age. Like and he put you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he you know what I'm saying? He's verified. He did his work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, in terms of just like the idea of breaking down somebody to where like that whole mindset of like if you're 10 feet, 4 feet, I'm putting you 6 feet, so it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of mindset. So like that's what,
like if, and I would love because I love your Instagram. Not even gonna lie to you. And for people who might not know who do see this, look at this man's Instagram, and I'm gonna put it in the description in our links because you're one of the very few wrestlers that you fight with such an aggressive style that you could fight someone way bigger than you and it looks believable, which in this day and age, everybody is on this, I need everything to look believable. Like, you'll stay, jump off someone, ground and pound and throw bows on them. Or you had that one when you flipped over the rope, and I've never seen it before, where you hit the guy with a high knee but landed on your feet.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this man is out of control, ridiculous. So it's like your moveset is like a cheat sheet. Like, like when you got that OD gas wrestler when you make a video game character, that's you. Like
you can't make my moveset in the game. I tried. It's not that.
See, that's this. Listen, I'm not trying to stunt. Like I see stuff and I'm like, yo, I've never even seen this on like crazy video games. And I was like, man, I can see this
because I'm not a. I didn't mean to cut you off again, but you know why? And this is like the jewel underneath the like I was always self-conscious of the ignorance that I had of not knowing who people are. I'll be in locker rooms rubbing shoulders with people that could probably chop it up with, and I don't even know them from a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
We were at an independent show. I bumped shoulders with a guy by accident. I was probably texting or like doing something else, and the dude like kind of gave me an attitude. At least I thought, and I kind of pressed him, and then whatever. Like, he kind of walked away. I walked away. Knows whatever. My boy, my tag partner, Gabe Scott. Shout out Gabe Scott. You should check him out too. I can't speak enough about him. He told me, you know who that is, right? I was like, he's a fucking like a dick. Like I don't care who he is. He was like, that's Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh,
and I said, who? And respectfully, I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things. Like there's politics in this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got to do nothing wrong to do something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that was one. But again, now going back to the moveset, I'm fans of a very short list. My knowledge of matches and things that have gone on in the wrestling world are like very detailed in that small bubble. You know what I'm saying? I know what Eddie Guerrero wore October 26th. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what happened. I don't know Japan. I don't know Honor. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So none of my movesets are mimicked. They're things that either I know how to do or done or wanted to do to somebody. So I can't copy a style. I don't have one to copy from.
Now, I'm a big basketball guy, grew up playing it. You're super athletic. I'm curious if you grew up playing basketball because you have a coordination that feels like very hood, but like very athletic, like basketball shit too.
Yeah, I played everything. Because I was always smaller, so like I was the one that just tired everybody out pretty much. So my mom stuck me in everything. It wasn't just karate.
Nice.
If I was like, she stuck me in karate because she thought that would tire me out, but that just made me more hyped because now I know how to fight. So I'm just trying to punch it. But yeah, no, I played basketball, soccer, lacrosse. I played lacrosse. I did, just really stay busy. All 3 seasons I was staying busy. If I stuck to one, I would have saw it through college. Because I played so many, I didn't focus. It was wrestling. So I was like, why would I play a sport in college? I'm going to wrestle. Who cares? So it was kind of like how I was thinking about it.
My fault, Macho, if I'm jumping on all these questions.
No, man. It's good shit. One of my favorite questions to ask a professional wrestler is, what is your favorite persona? Do you prefer a heel work or do you prefer face work? Like, is there a difference for you? Like, some people like one or the other. It's just more fun for them. So I'm curious about where you're at with it. Clearly, you're having fun doing Contra and doing some heavy heel work right now. So where's that at?
Well, man, there's like the heat's cool because it feels because it's a controllable feel. It's a weird feeling. You know what I mean? Like, but it's more comfortable than getting cheered. It's like people trying to say happy birthday to you when it's just like, I don't fuck.
Yeah, whatever.
Right? But when you're hated, they're like, yeah, fucking, hate on me type of, you know what I mean? Because with the Contra stuff, it's so different because there's power behind the heat. There's aura behind the heat. With the face stuff, it's like very much so if you don't like me and I want you to like me, it looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
And it looks forced. And and you want, and also it's like a chip on your shoulder. Like, like you said with social media, I'm the worst wrestler on social media because I don't do anything wrestling. So I'm just not a wrestling social media. I forget. I have a million posts. I'm not thirsty for followers. I don't be following wrestlers. I don't be doing none of that. I just have it. You know what I mean? Like, I made Twitter because they told me to. I didn't even, you know what I mean? Like, no, because you know how it is back in the day. People, you know what I mean? Like, I love battle rap too. And there's a guy, Geechee Gotti, he had a bar. He said, we don't do the Twitter stuff. And back in my day, like in my era, if someone was trying to follow you, they were trying to kill you. I don't want no follow.
Yeah, facts.
It's one of those where it was like, okay,
So hold up. I love the battle rap scene. Right now, what is your favorite battle rap that's happened? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like Arsenal because he's so disrespectful. But like, who right now would you say is killing it and your favorite battle rap?
I'm a big fan of Rum Nitty, B Dot, those type of that type of talk. Growing up and still to this day, like music wise too. K Shine and Sue Surf. Sue Surf is
okay.
I listen to Sue Surf at least every day, so he's on the playlist. But yeah, it's like, and again, the music matures, the wrestling matures with how you mature and grow up as a man and adult. Too many wrestlers are trying to redo high school. They're trying to they do a couple push-ups and get get like a okay looking girl. Now they're gonna act like, like they were fucking wearing Letterman jackets, for 4 years. Like, no, you wasn't. You wasn't allowed to sit at the table. Don't act like you were, but that's okay. But don't try to be like them.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, type of thing. Like, we're like, that's like the whole difference of that's like those bars in the music where it's talking about, like, we're not talking about cars and all this bullshit. We're talking about stocks. We're talking about art. We're talking about ownership. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like expanding your portfolio, like generational wealth. Like, that's what we mean. Like, that's the type of time we're on. And if you're not on that, like, there's a different texture. Like, and that's like all the bullshit that's been coming up recently with a lot of people getting in trouble, getting exposed for a lot of things. It's like, it's just ass backwards, because I said this before and I don't like to speak on it a lot because people just like to twist, and it's just not, it's just not cool. But it's like people are, no, man, I swear he was good, but who's checking you guys? You know what I'm saying? No one's checking the doorman. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. Like, you're allowing weirdos to do an ocular examination of weirdos, and they're not going to detect the weird, so they're letting them in. You know what I mean? It's just a vicious cycle, and then they get higher and higher in power, and it's just and then they bring their friends and they do this, they do that. Yep. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, not even just that. You're setting a precedent for other kids, right? Like, instead of talking to them, instead of like explaining to them and having a dialogue and a conversation, what you're saying is, don't do that. And so now you're not giving. But hear me out. Hear me out though. You're not giving people the context, and you're not having an understanding. For change requires understanding. You can't just say don't do this or don't do that without context. So
we grew up together, and we were around mad dudes. Nobody ever said anything to us like that. It was just not even like a part of our vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. You know what?
But look, what you're saying is true. At the same time, we both seen some stuff that make a lot of people get real pale.
Oh yeah.
Now, okay, we've seen some stuff. All right. So the way it is now is not the way it was then, and people's tolerance for things have changed. The things that were acceptable then, clearly not now. And that don't mean
sensitive. And to get off of that sensitive shit, right?
But before we jump off this, if you're not doing murder mook, all right, in battle rap, I can't talk to you. Okay, that's the Star Wars. So that's my segue. I have some other questions and stuff. You got, as he pointed out, an amazing moveset. You're clearly an athletic dude. You're in your zone.
Amazing is the right word.
half man, half amazing.
There we
knows
go.
who he is. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna acknowledge MVP for his contribution to this, but my question for you is going to be boiled down to this: you've been putting in some work, you've been having some downtime. So, is there something else that you got in your pocket that you're getting ready to pop off on people? Something else you want to show off? You're getting ready to just like surprise some people with some stuff? Like,
yeah.
where you at with this? Yeah, you ready to jump out?
I have a new move, and it's crazy. The more I sit, the more I see my moves being done, which is crazy. It's crazy. But then I also think about it too, like, and I've told friends this too, like things you're putting on in practice or things you want to put feelers out there. You forget that eventually there's a point where now, like, even if you aren't popping or whatever, like you have a platform where people are going to see, people are going to tag, people are going to show, yo, you should get this on before you type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, and then you think about like, and no one's doing it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? No one steals nothing. You know what I mean? But I think that there's some things that I'm going to do that I'm going to reclaim that are mine in that sort of way. And also like an adaptation of style. You know, I got started to think about ways to merge like the Tristen character and the Ikuro Kwon character to make it one and the same for fans, for me, for promoters, for just everything. It's easier to switch gears that way, and it's easier to absorb advice because now you're speaking on one aspect, like the same aspect. Like I can take that everywhere, you know. And so one of the things that I'll even, I mean, it's fine. No one's gonna copy it because I'll kill them. Like more pressure point manipulation type aspects, the things that I've studied and things that I've done. Not like in real life, but I mean like things that I've practiced.
Yeah.
No one does that. People do joints, people do a lot of things, but the idea of me being able to legitimately hit spots that would shut your sides of your body off for a little bit and kind of circle my prey as I'm going around, because now you're done. So that not only saves my leg, but it adds the aura of cutting down the size and just being
menace.
Straight
menace.
Being lethal. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that I can really display that when I come back, because I think it's gonna turn some heads. I already got some thumbs up from some reputable names. So
good shit. I'm in Texas, so I'm really hyped for MLW to come over to Texas.
Me too. Me too.
So
crazy experience. Crazy.
Right? If as I told Shep, you guys come through Texas, I'll make that drive. Texas is big as fuck, B. So wherever you guys show up in Texas, I'll make that drive. I'll be there. I'll show up. I'll be support.
But listen,
were you there at the War Chamber?
I was not.
Okay, because again, like that, again, going back to the ignorance of just not knowing my roots as well as I should be. I'm learning, but like that match, like I didn't really digest the magnitude of what that match was until I was like laid up in bed. Like I was in a cage surrounded by barbed wire in the Sportatorium against the Von Erichs, with Kevin Von Erich making his first appearance, and
in a minute, yeah.
I mean, like I'm coming out, and my first thing is I'm going one-on-one with Low-Key for about 20-25 seconds, and I get to do what I'm doing, and I get to vest him and throw a teaser out there. Like people wanted to see that, like things like that. Where like he gave me a nod after, like one of those things where it's like behind the scenes is dope, because now you're coming in, like everyone knows, like, well, what has he done? Well, nothing yet. Well, who has he worked? Well, he's kind of like a year in. And, well, where did he train? Well, he, out in Long Island. So it was all like, well, you really got to show me something, because there's nothing right now. We're starting from, you know what I'm saying? So right off the bat, I'm hitting him as hard as I can, because now it's just, I can't, it's just one of those do or die type things. And thank God it worked out. That moment, obviously, like I would want to do it all over again.
Von Erichs are legit, dude. They're fucking wrestling royalty. They've been in it for a minute. Low-Key's legit. He's been in it for a minute. I mean, you're in great company, dude. For real.
Watching Gotch and Sheik, Samael, just crazy mind. I think the best promo person I think in the fucking world.
Dude, we are huge. We're like borderline mark for the Iranian super soldier Davari, who's a recent addition to Contra.
And I haven't gotten to meet him yet, but that's so crazy. I popped so hard, bro. I was like, yo, that's dope. Because I fucked with Davari back in the day too. Like it was weird. It was like, you know, there's some guys you just like fuck with, and then like you just didn't like, because like stature wise, how they're displayed, they're not here. You know what I mean? Like I was like that with like Hurricane, because he always did cool shit, and then you meet him and he's dope as hell, and then you watch him, and then you learn about this world and the ins and out, and you're like, yo, his mind is different. You know, those types of wrestlers, and Daivari was, you know, was one of them. So I thought he was cool.
Yeah, we had to put one of our podcast guys in their place for only calling him Daivari. And, you know, we had to check him like, yo, if you ever talk about that guy, you got to call him the Iranian super soldier.
You got to put respect on his name.
Word. But with Joseph Samuel, I don't remember the last time I seen a manager cut promos like him. Like, his whole aggressive, like, we're going to do whatever we want to you. It just fills perfectly in with guys like you, guys like Jacob Fatu, you know what I mean? Like, that whole aggressive vibe, it's like everybody's in this perfect pocket, and it's just fire. So my question, because I had a female, because I told her I was going to interview you, she was like, yo, you got to ask him, is he bringing the cornrow braids back?
Just why I change my hair every match. So they'll make an appearance one way or another. I don't know if I'm going to do that one. I'm gonna do something though. It's been a minute though. They're gonna hurt so bad.
Yo, people don't know if you got straight hair.
Never had
like,
braids.
How hard they gotta pull to keep them
but
tight.
My hair,
like,
it's pinned straight too. So like if they braid it and they don't tie it up right away, it's gonna look like it comes undone like insane.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, so
when you can feel like the pull and tuck on your face, you just like.
And I'm happy that the MLW, the staff, like they rock with it, because my mom and my friends, they were asked like, you gonna braid your hair? Like, what if they don't let you? I was like, I'm going with it braided. I was like, because they're gonna take it out themselves, because I'm going there. I'm, you know, at whole because you see all those documentaries, you hear podcasts, you hear shoot interviews, and the one consistent thing is like, ask for forgiveness, not permission. I'm going with my hair braided. I'm gonna say sorry if you don't like it, but they let me keep it.
Forgiveness before permission, absolutely.
And just to make myself even more, like, the whole concept of what I'm coming back from, like, it's my new, like, moniker, you could say, the exception. Doing a lot of thinking about a lot of things that have been going on in the world, in wrestling, in my career, all that. I've been the exception to all of it, in terms of just, like, trying to typecast me as this, like, I'm the exception of that. You can't just be gone, be injured, and then come, maybe not. Most people, the exception, it's not even a cockiness, it's a responsibility now. Of like, if people are really gonna not even like give a metaphorical torch, but just a platform that people understand, like, just from all areas, like, I'm gonna represent what you can. If you need me to talk to these kids, I can. If you need me to talk to these mothers, I can. If you need to talk to these dads, if you need to talk to these corporates, if you need to talk to the boys, if you need me to talk to, you know what I'm saying, like. And like, I know how to talk to female. I'm engaged. I know how to talk to females in a respectful way. You know what I'm saying? I know how to respect my woman and not look like a dickhead. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, I know how to talk to kids and make sure that they don't see me smoking. I don't care if they're smoking over here, because maybe that boy's mom had a really good time seeing me. She's a CEO. She's somewhere of like some NBC corporate, and she wants to offer me a job at some show where she wants me to pitch some idea, but she sees me with a blunt in my hand. I know that I know what's up. Like, a lot of people, they don't think outside of what's going on. So I think being in that spot, now I put my friends on. You know what I mean? And then not only do I put them on in those aspects of like always being aware of your surroundings, who's there, make sure don't look like a bum, because you don't know who doesn't know you enough to know that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, things like that. Make sure make sure your hair looks good. Make sure your skin's clean. Like, you know what I mean? Do this. Like, I mean, like, I'll bring out a show. Let's go to the store right now. I'm gonna buy you some new shoes, because you can't wear those here, because now you're with me. Like, there's just one of those things. And then wrestling aspect now, like, LeBron went from the NBA when he was a kid. So now he from a young moldable age, he's only learning the right thing. He's only learning the NBA way. That's where you want to go. You go to college, you go to EuroLeague, you go to G League. You got to unlearn some shit. You got to take time to unlearn that to learn the way. Now I'm in rooms with Dr. Tom, you know what I mean? You know, Dr. Tom Pritchard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm in the room with Court Bauer. I'm in the room while MJF is getting a lecture, or someone else is getting a lecture, or someone else is like asking a question that I didn't even think about before. Now I'm tapping in these conversations. These locker rooms where people are not only talking about their own matches, they're talking about the rest of the card. They're talking about future cards. They're talking about working out. They're talking about diets. They're talking about stocks. They're talking about family. Like you go to other independent locker rooms, and they're talking about bullshit, or they're rolling up, like things like that. Where like there's levels of product of your environment, and then recognizing when you got to change it. So now my boys coming up with me, my friends, I make sure that they don't have to be around that. And if they are around it, they know how to delegate to where they know what's worth it and what's not.
Exactly.
Now they through the relationship that they make, that web continues. Now they can put people on, and then it's just the way. I'm not telling I tell anybody that I talk to, I'm not giving you, or like people bring me in and talk to classes or talk to my friends. Like I don't know anything more than what anybody's told me. I know how to filter out bullshit. I know who's saying the right things. Yeah. So if you hear anything from me, I'm gonna get. If you want my personal opinion, make sure you ask for it, and I'm gonna tell you that it is that. If you want advice, I'm gonna tell you what the names told me, and that's just how it. You know what I mean? Like what the OG said, because that's how it is.
And listen, knowledge is the key to success, man. Like
that's it.
Macho, we've been chewing to zero. If you got any more questions?
Oh man, for days I could talk to this cat. He's cool, dude.
But I'm listening. It's Sunday night. I'm not trying to kill his night here.
No. Listen, I chose 8 on purpose in case you want me to talk about whatever. But this is fun. This is fun.
Oh, that's what's up. Because like once again, like I target people that I feel like they have a story that I want to hear, or that the next independent wrestling kid that wants to come into this business that they should hear. Like. And I feel like, and I'm not trying to make it all street or nothing like that, but it's kind of what I know. So the kids that are from where I'm from, where you from, where Macho's from, is like, I want to show them a blueprint from guys like you who, bust their ass to make it into this industry and how hard it is. So like, what advice would you have for that next kid trying to get involved and take that step to it?
I mean, if the grind's right, the mind's right. Like honestly, and it goes with being better than yesterday every day. I say that all the time. Like if you didn't make your bed yesterday, make your bed today, and you already started the day better. You're already a better person. Like automatically, you're automatically elevated. Now, what else can we work on? What else can we improve? You know what I'm saying? Like the more you have that self-awareness, that outer speech is what we call it, where you can speak from the inner all the time. Like there's nothing's changing around you. That's what I say, like to these kids that I work with through social work and things like that. It's you don't have to stop being gangster. Like that's not it.
Exactly.
You know like you don't have to stop being you. You have those instincts. No one's gonna tell you like popping off. That's an instinct. That's not even a skill set. That's an instinct. Some people just don't have it. I know some of the hardest people in the world that think first and act second. Some people just pop off. There are very weak people that pop off. It's what it is. But when you have that outer speech, when you speak, when you are in control of your actions at all times, lifeguards drown. It happens. How could a lifeguard drown? Because in the moment, it doesn't matter. Everybody's chill when they're chill. Exactly. But when that water gets high, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So it's about always understanding when the water's getting high. And living in that and knowing that that's okay, because things will pass. But again, it takes repetition. It takes self-awareness, and then self-humility to know like what you're doing at the time. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? Do you want this more than whatever goal you're setting? And is it going towards that? Because if you're cool with that, it's my birthday. I'm having this cake. I want abs. I want this cake though. It's my birthday. If you're good, then it's life. Be good. We got one shot at this. Have that cake. You know what I'm saying? But if you deep down know that you want those abs more than you want that cake, and it is your birthday, and you know what I'm saying, and you push that cake to the side, like that says something about your character. That says something about you. Same person that ate the cake. It says something about your character, not in a negative way, but it just shows how comfortable you are with you and your decisions, because you can't lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So,
thanks.
And that's just, you know.
Macho, my bad. He gave me kind of like a clearance to ask a few more questions.
Is there any message you want to leave?
Wait. No, I got a question. Hold on. He said I can ask whatever.
All right, here we go.
No. I'm not asking nothing crazy, because he mentioned that his mom said she didn't want him wrestling. So the first time she seen you, just say like on that MLW status, Like, what was her reaction to, oh, my baby made it?
It's a kind of surreal thing for her, just because like I really try to extend that to the family, like in that way. You know what I mean? Like, I brought my mom a lot of pain, you know what I mean? So like being able to show her behind closed doors that things change, that things get better, things elevate, things, you know what I mean? Like things come to fruition when you put it in action. And then knowing that this was the goal from like the start. To her to pick up a remote and click it on, and it's not the news. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like things that she would have be in her head about what she could worry about dumb stuff, and just things that, because she knew the potential. She knew I'm supposed to click on the TV my baby's on, like that. She knows that.
Yeah.
So for her to go boom, see it, it's like, okay, like that's what I'm talking about. That's what we've been saying. Right. So it's kind of like it's definitely like it's a cool moment, because it's a promise that I wanted to make, but then you want to take into like maturing and all that aspect, being adopted, and me wanting to give back in a weird way of like, this was a right decision, or like this was fate.
Yeah.
Your lives are gonna be better because you made this decision. My birth parents, their lives are it's gonna all, because like there's always something more. And again, back to the kids, back to my peers, like there's always more. I've seen 5 minutes of aggression turn to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I've seen 5 seconds of a split decision turn to death. You know what I'm saying? So like so we're talking like time is for real. Taking 1 second to save you 10 years to think about something, you have power. There's power in that. When you can control time. People forget that. You can literally control time. That's not the weed talking. That's just real life.
It is.
So it is what you make of it, and we're trying to do the best we can. You know.
All right.
This is why I got to ask that question. I had to ask it.
I feel you. So you got anything else before I ask him another question? Like something pressing you that you want to get off your chest?
No. Like, listen, he's got a beautiful lady. They're a great couple. They look absolutely amazing. I've been with my wife about to be 22 years. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Now, is she putting the pressure on for the, hey, yo, it's about time for a ring thing?
She got one a year ago. So.
Oh.
2 years.
So that's wifey right there.
Yeah, that's wife right there, man. I met her freshman year of college, man. I was even trying to be nobody. So I was actually trying to put her on to my boy. And we started talking, and she started speaking like mad, like proper. And I was like, oh, no, I can't pass you like that. I can't pass. Like, I was like, it was weird. It was just weird. Like something that was just different. I was like, no, like she was like speaking like super respectful, like you know, it was like a code or something. So I was like, that was like the first, like, okay, I gotta crack this code first before I try to pass.
Oh man, what kind of wingman is that, bro? What happened, man? It all broke down.
And when I got in the car, because he was picking me up from school, from school, got in his car, he's like, did you talk to that chick you were saying? I was like, yeah, nah, she's mine. But then
that's it.
You know, but you fast forward 8 years, right? And then he's like, all right, you good. He's good now. Like, right.
God bless, man. God bless.
Yeah, but then, you know, and that's when shit kind of turns around, right? Like when you stop thinking in terms of I and start having to think in terms of we, that shit changes a lot of things. Like I've heard that when people first have a child, like, you know, first time someone maybe passes away that they're close to, things like that. Like, but her, that was the thing where it was like, damn, like there's more to decisions. There's more to feeling bad for yourself. There's more than to, you know what I'm saying, like trying to just like get fast money, or trying to just like put your head down and like try to just, just
grind it out and be in the cut. Yeah.
So,
I mean, you know, marriage changes things, kids change things, life changes, bro.
But the difference was the first time we started talking serious, and I said, yo, listen, I said, if we're getting serious, I got to tell you right now, like, and I'm 18 years old, and I'm like, once I graduate college, I'm going to be a professional wrestler. I was like, are you cool with that? Because I'm not trying to see you in 4 years, and then you're like, what's good with this wrestling thing? Like, because let's squash it now. Because I'm not trying to catch feelings for you to fuck up this, right? So you tell me right now, and I said this in 2013, and she said, do it. I was like,
she's a rider. She's a rider.
But I tell everybody that if anyone's talking to a girl and they're serious about wrestling, I said, how serious are you about wrestling? Because pussy changes things. To part of my life, you know what I'm saying? But it does.
It does. I got a bunch of friends out here that are on the independents, and they're struggling with their girls because their girls are like, yo, like, what's up with this attention you getting? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you around all these other wrestling females, and it's like, you got to understand, this is why I told you what I told you from the jump. And obviously, like you said, she knew everything is perfect. Macho, what you got? Because I've been hogging these questions.
I feel you, brother. Look, I'm gonna keep you short and straight, brother. I am so amazed to have this opportunity to talk to you about it. It's been amazing mixing it up. We've been chewing your ear off for damn near an hour. What is important for you to tell somebody who's listening in on this going forward? Like, what do you want to share with somebody, no matter who it is or for what purpose? I mean, you're talking about social work and changing the world. Like, what message do you want to get out that you think is important? The floor is yours.
Embrace yourself. That's a big thing, man. Where we live in a world of hashtags. We live in a world of something's cool right now and then it's not. Something's cool to listen to, then it's not. You know, we live in a world of influence and we forget that we can be our own. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably like the big, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we live by it, we die by it, man. I'm saying, embrace yourself. Like, we're not trying to be nothing that we're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want, you know, I preach positivity and growth for, you know, for everybody, and education about it too. That is the only way, is that if people are willing to listen. And that's where we got to combat this fast acting, hashtag moving, topic changing rapidly type shit. No one gives a fuck about ALS right now, because no one's dumping shit on their head. You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in moments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, which is a beautiful thing, but we got to remember that moments are moments, but they're spaced out. There's a long string there in between those moments that needs to have action in between. So, you know, stop. You know, we need to have more empathy and start thinking in terms of we, like you're saying. You know, it's easier said than done. You know what I mean?
All right.
But,
yeah, brother.
But again, if you come back your mind, we can. So.
Hey, look, when you come through Texas, let me know. I'll make that drive. Like I said, I'll drop Absolutely, it. Man. Come on through.
Listen, and let's not stunt like they don't be in Orlando. So once the live tapings come back and everything else, my ass lives like 30 minutes from Orlando now. So I'll definitely be up in there.
July 10th, Philadelphia, man. MLW coming back. So it's super great, man.
One of the guys we podcast, he was going to go out there, and it's already sold out from his tickets or whatever he was saying.
It's crazy.
So I was like,
and we just signed a deal with Vice TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, again, elevation, and good leadership promotes even better workers. You know what I'm saying? So we have the staff doing what they're supposed to be doing, taking care. As soon as I texted them that I was hurt, first thing it says is, "Don't worry about anything, get better." That's crazy.
That's what's up, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm nobody in the grand scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came in with no history. I've had 55 matches. I write them down. I've had 55 matches in my life. That's stupid. That's a season for some people. My life, 55, because I know it's who you. And it's not that how many. It's who you fought. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
exactly.
That. I'm saying I'm not bumping for nobody, but at the same time, like, there's a lot that I missed, a lot that I didn't get to show in, because, again, paying your dues, I believe, is subjective. A lot of people think it's law. I think it's subjective. You know, building rings, being a bitch, getting caught, picking up. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I did that when I was a young. I'm saying I did that not in wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did errands when I was young. You know, when I was young. So, like, I don't do that anymore. But again, it's subjective of how you're gonna gauge respect and gauge how you're gonna carry yourself. Are you gonna do it disrespectfully, or are you gonna do it respectfully of yourself and your peers and things like that? So I make sure that there's a distinct difference of levels in how I treat, you know, my coworkers, you know, the business, and how I expect to be treated, you know, in return. And again, and then running into people like you, where it's like we're complete strangers and had an hour-long conversation without a stumble or a stutter, because it was just real connecting. And that's what I want. It's not that hard to connect. You know what I'm saying? It's meant to happen. When you're in this world, you're gonna find the people that are gonna gravitate towards your likeness, and it's just great. And I even asked you guys a question. How was your day before we even ended things, man? I don't know how you guys did it was.
Amazing, dude. I'm happy. I'm fortunate. I'm blessed. It's been a rough year, but like you said, things are turning around. I'm happy about that. My family's happy. My family's healthy. That's all I can ask.
Yeah.
And
I wish
you
I
know,
could say great, but if I move, all these boxes means I'm moving this week. So I've been nothing but packing. I've been packing all week, so it's
Congrats,
been a
man.
little hectic.
Yeah.
But
don't listen to him. He's moving on up. He's good.
yeah. Like,
Did you guys ever do
uh,
live shows before this? Before COVID? Like
huh?
in person? Did you guys ever
Live
do
shows?
in-person shows? Yeah, in-person shows.
Oh yeah. Like I used to do Impact all the time.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's right over here. And then
Yeah.
MLW I was trying to get to, but it was always like sold out. But I also worked in Universal, so my schedule wasn't allowing me to jump over. But
Right.
I have one of my buddies refs now in MLW. His name is Rodney. He's one of the refs there. So I was like, bro, as soon as you get any detail of when they're back, I keep it on the low. And I'm like, let me know so I'm up in there. But
Yeah.
when you guys come back to Orlando, yo, I'm up in there, my brother. Real talk.
Yeah. If I catch word, I'll let you know, man. That's good. That's big.
And please let the Iranian super soldier know that we would love to talk to him too, because that man is a ghost on social media. Holy smokes!
I'm kind of jealous. I thought it was hard. I thought I was a ghost enough having 2 names, but he's doing good.
So listen, for my entire crew, everybody was super hyped. I'm still super hyped about this. It's www.urbanwrestlingnetwork.com. For myself, everybody, from this young king right here, Mr. Kwon, we're out of here. Deuces.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, man.